Can y'all hear me? Hopefully. Oh. Did I have technical difficulties? And there is Z.
Yep, I'm here.
All
Can you hear me?
right. Okay, sweet. All right. Well, now we are on my Yeti, and welcome to the alternate point of view. My name is Tracy Lee, and this is the ever beautiful Z with her lovely purple hair. She doesn't always have purple hair, y'all. She's like a chameleon. She changes
Yep,
all the time.
exactly.
So I wanted to do this impromptu live because I'm actually off, and so is everybody else, supposedly. So there's that.
Yay.
So Z, can I hear
Hey,
you?
darling. I like your new digs there.
I know. I took over the second bedroom in the house. I know. Everybody probably thought I was trapped in the closet all this time because I didn't have a choice. And I was trying really hard to give the hubs his own space, which really this was just a giant laundry basket until I took it over.
I love it.
Yeah. So that's what it was. And
Oh,
now it is mine, as it always should have been. So, yeah.
well, cool. Now you got to put all your Keanu stuff up.
Yeah, so I had to spread out the love of Keanu. Tomorrow is his birthday, by the way. And today is Neo's birthday.
Aw. Neo. Did he get a present?
So, yes, Neo got nothing but cakes and donut holes. So
he's having a good day.
Hi, Chris. Hello, welcome.
Yeah, Chris, thanks for joining us. This is awesome. Just an impromptu.
Today we are gonna I'm gonna play Wendy's testimony, and we are going to listen to, sorry y'all, I'm trying to figure some, this is my first time doing a joint live. Well, since I did one with another channel on the Sixth Commandment, but for some reason I'm having like sound. This is always seems to be the funnest part of all trying to do joint issues is the sound. The sound is the fun part.
Yeah. Well, you do have your.
And now I really can't hear.
Do you have your thing turned off on your monitor?
Let me see. Let me try this again. Okay. Now say something.
Hello.
Nope. Now I am deaf and mute.
Oh no. And I don't know anything about StreamYard.
Anything?
I can hear you.
You can hear me.
Yes.
I can't hear a word you're saying. Hey, Sleuthy sweetheart. Welcome.
Hey, Arctic Fox.
Man. Why am I'm totally in the, hey, Arctic Fox, true crime. Welcome.
Let's see. Okay, let's see if they can hear us.
Fun.
See, I don't know anything about StreamYard.
Let's see.
Hey, Irish Amy. There's my little sister. Okay, they can hear both of us.
Hi, Irish Amy. Welcome.
Does it?
What did Z send out a notification?
I posted it in my Discord and on Messenger.
Okay.
Okay. Can you hear us?
Okay. Well, Z, can you talk?
Yep, I can talk.
What in
Do you
the
want?
devil
Okay.
hell is happening right now? Oh, thanks,
Do,
Arctic Fox. I can't hear a thing. It's like I suddenly lost my hearing. What do you have a tracker on her? Are you like a stalker?
you are so goofy. Okay, guys. Well, this is how we like.
No, I'm not trying to play video yet. That's really random. I've done this before. That's so weird. Stop it.
Well, it's
Sorry,
got
I'm
to
not trying to
be.
yell at y'all. It's my Neo. It's his birthday. He wants to make his appearance.
Come
Hold
on,
on.
Neo.
Let me
Neo,
let me
come
get
say
Neo up
hi.
here so he can show y'all it's his birthday. Come on. Okay, everybody's
Now I can't hear her. Her and Neo. I swear that dog would just sit in her lap all day long if he could. Okay, guys, can you hear me? See, it's not just Doc and I that have sound issues. That's good to know. And this is how we like Racy. I'm thinking so. I think somehow she muted herself. Well, we'll just have a conversation without her. How y'all doing? This is fun being on another channel. Neo is precious. He was actually one of the rescue dogs from the Harvey hurricane from Houston, Texas. And
sorry, Neo's mutant. He's pushing buttons and all kinds of things over here. So
I was just telling him
he just had to get up here.
that Neo was a rescue from, wasn't it
Yeah,
the Harvey
he did.
hurricane?
He muted me. But I can't hear anything out of these headphones.
Well,
he's happy. He's laying down.
do you have earbuds?
Okay, hold on. I'm going to try something else because I
Lord,
unplugged
she's going to try something else, guys. Hang on to your seats. This should be fun.
It's my earbuds. Okay, let me try this again. I know y'all can hear me. I can hear me, which isn't always the best thing.
Well, did you turn?
Okay, so what we're gonna do is I'm gonna play, since I've talked, orientation settings. Okay.
Oh, that word didn't come out right, did it? Well, this is going to be interesting when we can't hear each other. I will be typing my thoughts.
Wait.
She's up to something now.
Oh, I can hear Z. Oh my gosh, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yep, I can hear you, darling.
I can hear you.
Was it? Maybe it was just your headphones.
It's my headphones. That's so crazy.
See, I only put one earbud in. 2 is too many.
All right. Okay.
Okay, what are we going to do now, Race?
Okay, so I want to play the. Oh, thank you so much, Irish Amy. All right, so okay. All right, do y'all see my new digs? Look.
She came out of the closet finally. We're so proud of her.
I came out of the closet, y'all. Did y'all know I've been trapped in the closet all this time?
Yep.
Look, my sexy man finally let me have his gigantic laundry room. That's what this room was. We were using it as his laundry room. He said, now I don't know where anything is because it's not where it belongs, which was on the bed. Now he has to go into his drawers and find his socks and underwear.
Oh, that's funny.
So now I can display almost, still this isn't all of my toys. I can display almost all of my toys. So
well, that's cool.
Yeah, but let me just say this, y'all. Let me just say, but we might be moving. So after
I have decorated this room and made this my new office. Oh, but this isn't all the Keanu stuff I have. You have no idea. That gigantic poster, look, this gigantic poster, that is a movie size poster from the movie theater. I have more. So, yeah.
So you Bigfoot might be moving?
Yeah, we might. He has an interview on Thursday, so y'all pray. And if we do get to move, y'all, we may, just so y'all know, we may have a view. We may be on the lake. So I'll take y'all with me if we go to the lake. All right. Okay.
Okay. Sounds like a plan.
All right. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna play Wendi Adelson's testimony, because I want y'all to, Z and I want to kind of just like, well, obviously give our points of view, our opinions about her conniving ways. I believe, because I made a video about her and called her a femme fatale, because I think that's what she is, which is weird. Also, I just want to point out, I cannot stand the way she talks. She is so super annoying. She's extra. I've never in my life lived in Arkansas, and I'm never going back. I never will go there. I've driven through there. I'm from Alabama, Chris. You forgot. Ain't no Arkansas here. So, and don't ever, never, never pray for me to move back to Alabama. So.
Okay, right. We won't.
Let's get this video up.
Okay.
Of Wendi Adelson's testimony. And let me make sure I can share this on the screen.
Yeah, I had an aunt in Arkansas. We went down very rarely.
Okay, first of all, also let me point out her hair. Y'all will not be able to look at this testimony without noticing that her hair is a hot, hot, hot mess. I'm just I'll tell you all that. So,
well, for an attorney, she could have done better.
I mean, for a lot, she could have done better. So.
Good morning. If you can just take.
And I'll fast forward through. So look at the back of that hair, y'all. Look at that. I mean, what is happening? Okay,
It's like she didn't run a brush through it.
I mean, and look at Donna. Look at her. She is just. Look, does she look like she's sucking on a lemon this entire trial?
Well, but look at, she looks at her daughter with pride.
I mean, or she's constipated, or like, I don't know what's going on with Donna. Okay, we're going to fast forward because they're waiting on them to get out of the bathroom.
All your expressions and your emotions. Do you understand those? Everyone can take their break.
Okay, Artie, we're glad you're here as long as you can be.
Still on a break. Okay, they're going to come back. And all right. Still on a break. Okay. Now, this chick is smug as hell.
I'm from Coral Springs, Florida.
And you live in another state now, currently, right?
I do, yes, ma'am.
All right.
If it's too loud or whatnot, let me know.
I'm an immigration attorney.
I can hear it.
How long have you been an attorney?
Since 2006.
And you're here pursuant to a state subpoena, is that correct?
Yes.
And that subpoena
The crypt
confers
keeper, I like that, Arctic Fox.
immunity on you. Do you understand that?
I do.
Okay. Which means that nothing you say here in court pursuant to that subpoena can be used against you at a later time. Do you understand that?
Actually, the crypt keeper might look
but it
better.
doesn't necessarily mean you could never be prosecuted. It just means that what you say in court could not be used in any future prosecution. Do you understand that?
Yes.
Then don't ask too many questions. We want her prosecuted.
Daniel Markel, is that a fair and accurate photo of Mr. Markel?
Yes.
When did you meet him?
We met originally online. It must have been the fall of my first year of law school, so 2003.
Okay. And when did you marry Mr. Markel?
We married in February of 2006.
Were you living in Tallahassee at some point as a married couple?
Yes.
When did you move to Tallahassee?
We moved to Tallahassee my final year of law school, so that would have been in the summer of 2005. And we were here from 2005 till 2006. We spent a year at the University of Miami from 2006 to 2007, and then came back to Tallahassee from 2007 until 2014.
All right. And during the time that you were living here in Tallahassee, did you live over on Trescott Drive?
For some of the time that we lived here, yes.
And when your first child was born, were you residing at the Trescott Drive residence at that point?
Yes.
Okay. I think I have a photo of that here. Is that the Trescott Drive residence?
Yes.
And how many children did you have with Mr. Markel?
We have 2 children.
What were their ages at the time of their father's death?
It was 10 days before my older son's 5th birthday. So he was 4 turning 5. And our younger son was 3.5. The boys are 14 months apart.
And did there come a time when you and Mr. Markel separated?
Yes.
When was the separation?
It was in the fall of 2012.
Whose decision was it to separate?
It was mine.
How did your ex take that news?
Well, we talked about it many times before it actually happened, but when the separation became official, he was very upset.
And even though there were problems and issues and discussions, it was a surprise to him when it actually happened, right?
It was.
Okay. And was part of the reason for the separation your differing views on how to raise the kids pursuant to the Jewish faith?
I'd say it was a very small part, but it was a part.
Did you consider your ex to be a religious zealot?
No, I didn't think he was a religious zealot, but I did think he was using religion as a way of controlling me.
Okay. Did you think he was more devout in his faith than you were?
I don't know that. I feel like devoutness has to do with maybe a relationship with God, and I don't know that his was more strong than mine.
Please.
You
You heathen,
but he
you
was
murdered
more
him.
observant of kosher rules than I was.
Okay. And can you explain for the jury what those imply? For those of us
Sure.
that don't know?
So keeping kosher has to do with separating milk from meat, something like you can't eat a cheeseburger. And it has to do with the ritual way that animals are killed. So certain meats would be considered kosher or non-kosher. And then things like shellfish are not allowed, or pork would not be allowed. And so his beliefs changed over time. We used to have bacon, and then bacon became a no later on.
All right. And those rules were something that he was wanting to impose on the children, correct?
She
Yes.
gave him up for bacon.
And you were less interested in those kosher rules.
It was less important to me.
All right. Were both you and Mr. Markel raised within the Jewish faith?
We were, yes.
When you separated from Mr. Markel, did you move out of the marital home while he was on a business trip?
I did, yes.
Where did you go when you left the marital home?
I went to another property that I had rented for the boys and me.
Was that at 3303 Aqua Ridge
Her
Way?
mama rented?
Yes,
Was that located in Leon County?
yes.
What was the custody arrangement? Broad terms are fine for this time frame during the separation.
I think we were just trying to figure out how to make it work. We didn't have any formal custody arrangement at that time. I remember his parents came to town that weekend, and I made sure that he had the boys that weekend. We were just trying to figure out how to make it work until we had something formal.
Was the arrangement roughly 50-50 or something else?
It would have been roughly 50-50.
Okay. And were you mixing it up during the week, or was it a week on, week off situation?
It wasn't week on, week off. We didn't settle into that until the first summer, or maybe the second summer. I don't remember. That was more of a summer arrangement. But it was 50-50 and definitely a mix during the week.
Okay.
Racy, do you hear the echo?
I'm gonna publish what's been introduced in
No,
the
is
evidence
there an
and
echo?
states exhibit
Yeah.
60.
We got an echo.
Your petition. Was your mom, Donna Adelson, involved at all in drafting your divorce documents?
No,
Did she ever make any edits to any of the filings that you made pursuant to your divorce?
I think she made suggestions, but I had an attorney, a very good attorney, helping me through the process. So she wasn't editing legal documents.
Did you ever
Still there?
forward any of your
Yep,
mom's
I'm still here.
suggestions to
I mean,
your
is the
lawyer?
echo still
I
there?
probably did.
And when you did
Let me
that, would you
see.
attribute them to your mom, or would you
No,
just forward them along?
I'm not hearing the
without
echo.
noting
Anybody else
whether
hearing
they
the
were your
echo?
questions or your mom's questions?
I honestly don't remember.
Was this a contentious divorce?
It was.
As part of your divorce, did you file a petition to ask the court for permission to relocate to South Florida?
I did.
And I think that was your amended petition. Not sure if we can see that very well. Here we go. It says the wife also desires to relocate to South Florida in order to provide a better quality of life for the children by increasing their access to close family and providing more stability and consistency. Who was the close family that was available in South Florida for the boys?
My mom, my dad, and my brother.
Doc stopped
Why
in to
did
say
you want to
hi.
move to South Florida?
I had very
What's up,
stable,
Doc?
stable
What's up,
employment
Doc?
in Tallahassee. I had a wonderful job, but it was on grant money. So year to year, I never knew if I would still have
Our
the
echo's
job.
back.
I had a job offer that was very good in South Florida. And the assumption was that Danny was always going to be at a different school, a better school. He used to joke that he would take one bar exam for every 2 bar exams that I had to take while we moved around the country. And so it seemed like a way of having
Perfect.
stability while he was climbing up the law professor ladder to be ultimately at Harvard or Yale.
And was relocation important to you?
It was, in terms of having a safe and stable place for my kids.
Did you consider having to live here in Tallahassee being stuck? Or had you referred to it previously as being stuck in Tallahassee?
I mean, I may have. The idea of being stuck is if you don't have permission to live anywhere you want to live. But I had a nice quality of life here.
Did you consider the worst case scenario to be that you would end up stuck here in Tallahassee if your petition was denied?
I don't know. I mean, at the time, I may have felt that way.
Okay. Might you have sent an email to a friend on March 24th of 2013 indicating, quote, "I do fear that the worst case scenario that could happen is that I will be stuck here in Tallahassee"?
It's possible that I sent that.
Would it refresh your recollection to review that item?
I'm happy to.
It's on tab 6 on one of those binders in front of you. Let me see which one it is. It's going to be
This one.
This is my favorite when she says it's on tab this or go to tab that, because she is right away on her.
Oh, yeah. Those are the words she's going to fear the rest of her life. It is on tab whatever. Dad does not look happy.
I see it's highlighted. So yes.
Okay, and did you also email a friend around the same time frame regarding life in Tallahassee couldn't compare to the life that you would be able to enjoy in South Florida with your brother Charlie and his boat and pool and hot tub and things like that?
It's certainly possible.
Okay, that's on tab 7. Please refresh your recollection.
Walter never looked happy.
Yes.
And in fact, didn't you use the word stuck in your actual motion for relocation? Let's see if we can get there. Here, the wife is merely stuck in Tallahassee until the husband decides that the time is right for him to leave.
So my attorney did write that, and that sounds right.
Did Tallahassee feel claustrophobic to you?
My attorney wrote it.
Well, at this
And the
point
dog
in
ate
time,
my
Danny
homework.
was making lots of unplanned announcements to my office where we worked together. So I would see him at work. I never knew when he was showing up. So I'm sure, this is 12 years ago that's how I felt at that time.
Okay, but outside of the context
They both
of
worked at Florida State
your
University.
relationship with
What the
Tamar
heck is that
Kell, did
supposed
you
to mean?
ever express that
Of course
the
she didn't know when he was
smallness
going to show
and
up.
slowness of Tallahassee made you feel claustrophobic?
I don't remember saying that.
Please refer to tab.
Who
8
is
to
this
refresh your
guy
recollection.
in the tie behind the blonde chick? I recognize him.
Yes, I can.
Peter Van Zandt.
Witness stand, Ms. Kettleman, does the defense have a copy of the same matter?
No, Your Honor. I'll show them.
Peter Van Zandt from
Okay.
48 Hours or Dateline.
Okay, I knew I recognized him from somewhere. I kept looking at him going, I know you, dude. I've seen your face.
That's a dense one. Were you able to find it?
I did. I found it's part of a sentence. Can I read the whole sentence?
Sure.
Tallahassee feels claustrophobic at times, given its smallness and slowness, and the fact that my friends cycle through here with transient regularity. So yes, at that moment in time, that's how I was feeling in 2013.
And relocation was pending at the time that you were feeling that way in that moment, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And relocation was also very important to your mother, wasn't it?
Yes,
All right. And did you have some discussions with your mother about relocation?
I did.
And was that during that time frame when it was pending?
Yes,
Okay. And do you see your mother in the courtroom here today?
yes.
Could you please point her out and describe what she's wearing?
My mom is on right. I can't see her clothes from here, but she's directly across from me.
How lame.
All right. Is she wearing a headset on her head?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Let the record reflect the witness has identified the defendant. Your mom didn't want you to be stuck in Tallahassee either, did she?
She did not.
She wanted the best for you, right?
She saw the best for me as not being in Tallahassee. Yes.
That's right. She
I
referred
thought she
to
said but.
being in Tallahassee, that you were a hostage and a prisoner.
I can't
right?
stand the way she talks.
Yes, she did.
Yeah, you want to smack her. That's for sure.
She talks like she's better than everybody else.
Yeah.
Clicker gate continues.
Right? That's what I'm saying. I can't see what she's wearing from here. What are you talking about? You can't see what she's wearing.
You walked past her to get to the stand. She's not
Prisoner.
wearing Gucci.
Close enough.
Probably a sweater from Walmart.
Did your mom express concerns that as a Tallahassee native, the judge presiding over your relocation motion would underestimate how much better it would be for you to live in South Florida?
She did.
All right, let me ask you a few questions about your parents. Your mom is Donna Adelson. Who's your dad?
My dad is Harvey Adelson.
All right. And where did your parents, I think you said they were in Coral Springs back in 2012?
Yes,
Is that
ma'am.
right? Okay. How long had they lived in the Coral Springs area?
I was born there. So from I think they started living there when my oldest brother was born. So since the early 70s.
So fair to say they had deep roots there in that area.
Yes.
Can you describe the relationship that your mom had with your kids during the time frame we're talking about? So separation to murder time frame?
It was very close. My mom taught my boys how to read. She taught them how to play chess. It was very close.
Were your parents employed during that time frame?
Yes.
What kind of work did they do?
My dad was a dentist, and my mom was the office manager for the dental practice.
All right. And what about your brother, Charlie? Did he have a role there as well?
He was a periodontist, and so I believe at some point he purchased the practice. I don't remember what year that was, but he would sometimes work from my dad's office and sometimes work from other offices around South Florida.
Was the dental practice, the family dental practice, a successful business?
I believe it was. My family never discussed money or finances with me, but I believe it was doing well.
Did you discuss your marital problems and resulting legal issues with your mom?
I
Talked
did.
about relocation, but in general, you did talk about your woes with your mom.
I did.
Okay. And I think you said you did send many of your divorce pleadings to her. Is that right?
I did.
What about your dad? What was his role in reference to your
Because she
divorce
was an office
pleadings?
manager at a
I
dental
don't
office, so
remember
I sent my
exactly.
pleadings to
my
her.
parents have a shared email, so when I send an email to one of them, I would send it. It was being sent to both, but I don't know who was reading what or at what time.
Is it fair to say they were both welcome to read whatever you sent to that email address?
Yes.
And both
Walter,
welcome
way
to
to be
reply
thrown under
as
the
well.
bus by your
Yes.
daughter.
Who would reply more frequently, your mom or your dad? To those
My mom
types?
would reply more frequently.
Okay. Who took more of an interest in the day-to-day ins and outs of your litigation?
Probably my mom.
Okay. Is your mom overprotective of you?
Yes.
Is your mom an emotional person?
Yes.
Look up
What about your
helicopter
dad? Is he
pilot, and there
emotional as
she'll
well?
be.
I think so.
Okay. Did you previously say he was more of a straight shooter and mom was more emotional?
I think so, but I think women tend to be more emotional and men tend to be less emotional.
Okay.
Oh, please.
I am going to admit state 60JJ at this time. Is there any objection the defense wishes to raise?
Yes, Your Honor. Same objection.
The court admits it over objection. For the record, you may continue.
And I think that's the same exhibit that's in State 64AA, Judge. It's not necessary to have duplicates, but because of the way the evidence came out in this trial, that is present in State 64 as well.
States 64AA is admitted as far as the final record. If you wish to remove one, you may, but both are admitted for the record.
Thank you, Judge. All right. Is it fair to say that your mom, the defendant, is a controlling person?
I don't think my mom is a controlling person.
Did you say at one time back in 2013 that your mom operates with
Did her nose
emotional
grow?
subterfuge?
I may have said that.
Would you like to refresh your memory?
I can.
It's tab 45 in the binder in front of you.
I'm not seeing it. Is it highlighted or is it just in the, it's a long, no.
Copyright. It's in the first paragraph on page 3.
That one, you just walk up and show the witness the portion of what you wish for her to read to herself.
I will, Judge. Page 3.
This is 3, I think.
Yeah, somewhere in there. Let me get the other copy. Sorry, I lost it again. Let me get the other copy.
I'm sorry.
In this copy.
Okay. Okay.
So the question was, did you previously say your mom operates with Emotional subterfuge.
Yes.
What is meant by that?
I honestly don't know what I meant at the time.
But not that she's controlling.
I don't think that's what I meant.
Did Dan Markel have a hard time understanding some of your mom's behaviors?
I don't remember that.
Well, did she think you incapable of driving to South Florida by yourself with the kids? This is back when they were little.
Yeah, I don't think she thought I was incapable, but I was breastfeeding and it was helpful to have someone with me.
So what was her practice to avoid you having to do that?
One of my parents would come with me for the long drive.
So they would rent a car, come up here, ride back with you, and then follow the same procedure to get you home.
They would drive with me if I was down there, back up, and then rent a car to come home.
Spoiled princess.
And did that procedure occur the week before the murder? There was a visit the week before the murder, correct?
I think it was 2 weeks before.
Okay. And on that trip, is that how it was handled, where they rented a car and came up to get you?
Yes.
Did your dad think that was necessary, or was that a mom thing?
No, my dad probably thought it was more necessary.
Okay. And did your dad make a practice of supporting whatever your
And yet
mom
you've
wanted?
cut your father
That's kind
off.
of the general rule.
Yeah.
Was she the dominant force in the household?
I mean, I think my dad had more of a quiet strength, so it's hard to say who was a dominant force. I think they were both equally strong in their parenting.
Okay. Did you previously describe this back in 2013 that your mom was the dominant force in the household? If you need to refresh, it's tab 97.
Okay. So this one goes up to 93. Is it?
Check the very back. Got a few extras tucked in there. I'll just approach this copy.
Oh, okay. Thank you. Yes.
You did say mom was the dominant force in the household.
Yes.
Did your mom ever try to micromanage your life,
Yes.
your career?
I don't know about my career. I chose to be a lawyer. It wasn't a very popular choice in my household.
Yes, and there were different types of areas of law that she would have preferred you practice. Do you agree with that?
I actually think they were really proud of what I was doing.
Not to suggest she wasn't proud of you, but she was encouraging you to pursue a different type of law that would be more lucrative. Do you remember that?
I do. Yeah.
And what about your dating life? Did she meddle there?
Yes.
Did she create a dating profile for you on Match.com?
I don't know if it was Match.com, but I do remember a dating profile at some point.
That she created for you?
I didn't use it, but yes.
And conducted searches for men in the Miami area and sent them to you.
I
Remember
think this
that?
was when I was living in DC, maybe.
Okay, let's go forward a little bit here.
Y'all, this is so sick that her mom created a dating
Sorry.
profile for her. She's a grown ass woman.
Well, it sounds like they didn't even let her drive alone.
Oh yeah, but you know what? It's out. But
Okay, so
she
here we
acts
have
like
an
she's
email
just
dated
this like
January
woe with me
17th,
little wallflower.
2013. For the record, this is 64.
So
It reads, so honey, so you think I'm nuts, but give you a moment. Check out some of these whom I've pre-screened for you. And
Oh, she
these are
pre-screened them.
guys in Miami, right? After all, you're going to be in Miami here and there. Why not see who's out there, right?
Yes.
Okay. And here's some options that she sent you. Here's an interesting guy, etc. Okay. Did you ever feel like your mom was walking all over you?
I don't remember feeling that way.
Okay. What about specifically regarding this divorce?
I don't. I mean, I had a really good attorney and I was making the decisions I wanted to make.
Okay. And
So you made the decisions.
did you, back in April of 2013, tell a friend that you were
Yeah, but later she's
trying to
gonna
find a way
say,
to
I did what my
coexist with
attorney
your
told me
mom
to.
that didn't feel like she was trampling your autonomy?
I'm sure I said that in 2013.
How did your mom feel about Dan Markel in this time frame, 2012 to 2016?
And I think I think a lot changed between 2012 and 2016. So I think her feelings about him changed over time.
Okay, and what about in 2016? Did she hate Dan Markel?
No, not in 2016.
What about 2014? Did she hate him then?
No.
Tell us
Did
when
you
she hated him,
say
please.
Do you remember giving a law enforcement interview in reference to this case?
Yes, I remember.
That was the same day that Mr. Markel was shot, correct?
Yes.
Okay, and did you say in that interview for court and counsel, I'm referring to page 288, lines 24 through 289, line 1, quote, "My parents have more reason to dislike Danny than almost anyone else."
At that point, I was sitting with law enforcement for 6 hours and had just been told
So
that
you
Danny
can't
had been
tell the
shot.
truth?
So I was in shock and I was trying to help the police think of anything I could possibly think of that would be helpful.
And are you suggesting that after 6 hours you became fatigued to the point that you started saying things that weren't
Making
true?
up stuff?
No, I didn't say anything that wasn't true. I just was in shock. I just kept talking and talking and talking.
When your mom is really upset about something, does she talk about it a lot?
Yes.
And when she talks about it a lot, and I'm referring you back to this time frame, does she talk to your brother Charlie specifically a lot?
My mom and Charlie have always talked a lot.
Okay. And was Charlie kind of like your mom's problem solver?
I don't know about that. I kind of feel like it was where she would help him more throughout childhood and adulthood. She would help him solve problems, not really.
She definitely did a lot for him, didn't she?
She did.
She helped him with his business. She helped him with his personal life, his finances, his bills, remember to pay the whatever. She was like still mothering him into adulthood, right?
Yes.
Okay. But as far as meddling in your life, did your mom feel that Charlie could make more progress with you than she could on items like who you were going to date?
I would just be guessing about that.
Okay. At the time of Dan Markel's murder, was the defendant, your mother, very angry at Dan Markel?
Before he died?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
And you hated him too, right?
At certain points, I was very frustrated with him.
Did you refer to him as an STD?
I don't
Ew.
remember saying that.
Tab 5.
It looks like I made that analogy.
Danny is an STD. One wrong mistake, marrying him, and this will never go away. Is that what you said?
I did.
And did you share that kind of sentiment with your mother?
I don't remember ever saying that, so I don't think it's something I said very often.
And this was said in an email on February 26th of 2013, correct?
It was.
Approximately 17 months before the murder?
Yes. I don't think it was an email, though. It looks like it was sort of an iMessage.
Okay. Did you ever refer to your ex-husband as the Dark Lord?
I don't remember saying that, but I certainly might have.
Did you refer to your ex-husband as Jibbers?
I did.
What is the meaning of Jibbers?
Jibbers was just a silly name that a friend helped me come up with to basically make him feel less scary. It was
Did-
nonsense.
Did it reference Jew in boots?
That I don't remember.
It wasn't a friendly name, right?
It was a silly name.
Did you ever say that you hated Dan Markel?
I don't remember saying it, but I certainly could have.
Tab 31, please, to refresh your memory.
I said that I hate him in this moment.
Okay, and did you say in that email, that same email, quote, I hate that I hate my children's dad?
I did.
And do you agree that email was sent approximately 15 months before Mr. Markel was murdered?
It was in April of 2013.
Yeah, I think that's right. Yes, ma'am. The approach with what I've marked as 56A,
Okay.
B, C, and 57. I asked you about the Gibbers nickname. Did you have that nickname stored in your cell phone as Dan Markel's contact name?
I did.
What does gibbers mean? What is that?
It's just a nickname to demean him, like
I
he
don't-
gibbers instead of talks.
That's so gross. It just sounds gross. Sounds like it has
It's
something to do with his,
Ben's so
heart.
that would have been. It's a picture of Ben.
No,
as a little guy.
It has, it's just a demeaning
Yes.
comment.
Yes.
She's-
It means, like they talk too fast or something, like they jibber jabber.
She could be pretty
It is.
if she wasn't, if her voice
That's my brother.
wasn't so annoying.
Yes.
Well, she's evil, dear.
Yes.
And if she didn't sound so snooty, that's what it is. She sounds so snooty.
Therefore, your ex-husband, Dan Markel.
Yes.
Judge, at this time, I asked to move into evidence 56 and 57.
Any objection? States 56 and 57 are admitted at this time.
I hope you're comfortable, because I am not.
Did you ever refer to your ex-husband, Dan Markel, as an emotional terrorist?
I very well could have. I don't remember saying that, but
That one's on tab 34.
If you could just go to tab.
I'm so sorry. Is that? Yes, I believe it is 34.
it is. I see it.
Yep,
I
I
said
see
it in December of 2013.
Approximately 7 months before his murder.
December to, yes, approximately 7 months.
So far,
And
Wendi
tab
is a
35,
lying witch.
Yeah,
In
I will
June
agree
of
with that.
2014, did you say of your ex-husband, I hate him so?
I'm just trying to understand, he didn't cheat on her.
I don't see it.
no,
Are you on tab
He
35?
didn't beat her.
No, I was on tab 34. It's tab 35.
Sorry. Yes.
plain and simple, she wanted her way. She was used to being catered to.
They went to marriage counseling.
I did write that.
He
And
tried.
that was approximately
She-
3
she
weeks
clearly did
before Mr. Markel was murdered,
She
correct?
just wanted out.
Yes.
She wanted her way.
Okay. Lost my clicker.
I said in my video I made about her, he wrote a book. Because he was
hun-
A real problem.
He was a
criminal
very
law.
well-known lawyer. In fact, in the
Next, I
Leone
want to ask
Si-
you
Simon-
about
Simon trial.
Mr.
Remember
Markel's
that one where she
response
killed her
to
little
your
boy?
petition to relocate.
Yes.
Is it fair to
The
say he was
prosecutor
adamantly
actually
opposed to
read
that motion?
from one of his
Yes.
papers
All right,
that he
and
had put out.
You all thought
when he
over
was making his
things
closing
large,
statement.
of course, but also
Well,
very
he's very
small.
smart.
Like in this
Yeah.
pleading,
Oh,
the
yeah.
tennis racket is
He was
mentioned,
very well
right?
known. He had
Yes.
papers written.
And
She was just a
Oh,
spoiled little
jumped
princess
ahead
that
on
wanted
us.
her
Okay,
way
let's go back.
into discussion.
And
And he
what's
was-
crazy is
Mr.
I think he
Markel's
would have gone
response,
wherever
report
she
and counsel,
wanted
this
him
is
to
page
go,
82
but
of
he
Exhibit
had
60.
tenure
He
at Florida
indicates
State.
Yeah.
the husband
he had the
affirmatively
job. He
alleges
had,
that the wife
you know,
helped
he was a
herself to
well-known
non-marital
professor.
assets,
He was
including
doing
money
well.
and stocks owned prior to marriage, as well
Totally.
as numerous personal non-marital belongings of the husband, such as luggage, bicycle, tennis racket, and family heirlooms. Did you take those things when you vacated the property?
I did remember taking his tennis racket by accident, and I returned
By
that.
By
But
accident.
otherwise, I didn't take
Yeah.
his
Is that
belongings.
by accident?
Did you strategize to leave him in a way that would cause or inflict maximum damage upon him?
No,
Is that something your mom ever said,
Because that's what women
I
do.
don't
to your
remember that.
knowledge?
Well, messing stuff up.
Did you discuss with your mom how and when you would leave your marriage?
I did.
Do you recall a November 2nd, 2012 email where Dan Markel was saying to you, you know, let's put all this aside. This is all about the kids. Let's act toward each other in a way that they can be proud of. Did he say that to you?
I remember reading an email like that.
So she remembers reading
Right,
an
and we
email like
talked
that,
about
but she was
the
like
Aqua
9 doing
Ridge
that.
apartment. Or I guess it was a home residence. Is this a fair and accurate photo? I've blurred your kids' faces, but of the living space there.
Thank you for doing that. Yes, that's our home.
And did your mom help you secure this place to live? Did she have any involvement in that?
She did.
Okay, what involvement did she have?
She helped me move in.
Okay, did she help you locate the place to live?
I think
At
so.
all? Okay. Did she come up and look at places with you as well?
We did.
I mean, her parents paid for her place to
Did
live.
Dan
She was a
Markel
lawyer.
threaten you in the pleading
I know.
with federal kidnapping charges?
She
I
acts like
told-
He did.
she has
She
no
was a-
brain.
And that was
She's a
associated with
spoiled
the way he
princess.
claimed that
Everybody
you
does
got
everything for
the
her.
marriage.
Yes.
The
And
book that
he
Dan
says you
wrote,
took the
he
kids and did
dedicated
not
to
tell
her.
them where they
And
were
the
for
book that he
several, I
wrote
think
was
I've seen
based
days
on,
and
was
weeks.
very, I'm going
Is
to
that
do a
true?
video more in depth
It's
about
true
his
that he
book,
said
but
that.
he
It's not
literally
true that
wrote
that's what
about
happened.
family defense,
What was
families
his
who,
position on your motion to relocate?
how we in our system are not allowed
We
to
did
use
talk
families
about it
against
before
each
I
other
filed it, and he
without some
was
sort of
amenable to
incentive or
figuring it
something
out.
like
But
that,
once I
and how
filed
wrong
it,
that
he
is.
was against
And
it.
is that beneficial or
Okay.
not?
Did
And
he
she basically
allege
is,
in his
this is how
response
she
that
knows
the
what
sole
to do.
stated reason that you wanted to relocate was to
he
be closer
wrote a
to
book
your
about her
parents?
defense.
He did say that in
Yeah.
his response.
And is that the response that your mom referred to as
She knows
his
exactly what to do to
23-page
get away
rant?
with his debt.
Probably.
She had a lot
Well,
of
you
thoughts
have to
about that
remember too,
particular
darling,
filing,
she's
didn't
Yes.
she? Okay.
she
And she
hired,
laid
you know,
those out
she
in an
knows good
email to
attorneys,
you.
so
I
she
know you
hired them.
remember that's the
Yeah,
whole
and
your
she's a lawyer.
non-negotiable
I mean, this is crazy.
is relocation.
Yeah.
Yes.
I
Do
mean, she
you
can sit
recall
up there and
having
act like
two
all she's got to do is look
long
pretty.
mediations
With
to
her
try to
rat
resolve
nest
your
hair.
divorce without a trial?
Yes.
And were those mediations successful?
They were not.
Was Mr. Markel seeking to depose your mother as part of the divorce proceedings?
I don't remember that.
What about your brother Charlie? Did he care about whether you moved to South Florida or not?
I think so. I mean, I think he would have liked for me to be closer to him and have the kids closer to him.
Would it have been okay with him if you had
He
made
was
a
living a
decision to stay
bachelor
in Tallahassee?
lifestyle and having women all
Right.
over the
I
place. I
would have been
Yeah,
doubt he
what-
really
so,
cared.
yes.
And he
After
clearly
the
had a type. Did you
relocation
see that
motion
woman
was
that
denied,
his ex-girlfriend that testified?
You were kind of like, well,
Well,
maybe I
you
have to
know,
stay in Tallahassee. Wasn't
can't
there at
expect
least a
much from
moment of
Charlie.
that for you?
I mean, it wasn't maybe, that was the court's decision, and I respect the court's decision, and you know, I would make the best of it.
What about Charlie? Was he outraged by the court's decision?
I honestly don't remember him being outraged.
But to your mom, it was a big deal.
My mom was really upset.
It was described by your mom in several places as like a life and death proposition. Do you agree with that?
I think my mom thought my life in Tallahassee wasn't good.
Then how would she get that opinion?
Right. Yeah.
Asking for a friend.
Is it true that you never would have left Dan Markel without your mom's suggestions?
Overruled, she may answer the question based on her own knowledge.
I would have left Danny regardless of anyone else's input. I was very unhappy.
Did you ever write that you would have never left him without your mom's suggestions?
I don't remember saying that.
Please refer to tab 41 and see if it refreshes your memory.
She's going to hate those words.
Yeah, but this is my worry, is that she's not going to be held accountable. Like nothing, like if it were not for Wendi Adelson, now don't get me wrong, Donna and Charlie.
I do say here I wouldn't have done it on my own.
Planned and schemed
She
it.
specifically
Oh, yeah.
mom?
They wouldn't have done it if
Say
she
my
didn't want it done.
parents And
Right.
brother's suggestions and support.
I mean,
Because
they definitely planned and schemed it. And then Wendi was like, yeah, thanks you guys for everything. I'm out. Peace out.
Yeah. And she walked away from her family.
Yeah.
I think
She
because I wasn't
completely cut
happy,
them
but
off. She was
part
like,
of me thought maybe I would
and then
just
she
stay
threw them
until
under the
kids grew
bus
up.
in her
Oh.
interview with the police.
Because she had gone from being in control of her life when she was in Europe. She really didn't want to move home, but she did.
No.
And then once she got home, Donna was determined she was going to get married.
Testified you did not.
So then she
offer
went
your
out
mom
and found
your divorce
Dan on her
petition to edit.
own.
Is that your testimony?
She didn't want her mother to have a say so.
Did you
What's the
send your
question?
divorce petition to your mother to assist
So,
you in
you
editing
know,
it?
it was
I
that
don't
it was
remember
another
doing
way that
that.
she didn't want
And
Donna to run her
did
life.
your mom
No, this
also
is totally
pretend to be
like,
you
if you
to
can't
Mercer
beat them,
University
join
to
them.
help
I
you
mean,
complete your divorce affidavit?
this case
I
actually
have
brings
no memory
me,
of that.
Got a little pop out here of
it's-
this email from your
it's,
mom. Obviously, I pretended to
I
be
hate
you.
the word triggering, but it
contacting
actually
these
is. It's very triggering. 'cause,
Financial
my son's
institutions. Is that
grandparents put me
something that
through
she
this,
would normally
and it
do
was
on your
really
behalf?
like one of those situations
Pose
that you
as
can't beat them,
you?
join them.
I
They
had
had the
very
money, they had
little
the control, the
understanding
power,
or
they had it all.
involvement of
And it was,
Yeah.
my financial situation, and so
I can,
that might have been an account that my dad had created for me, or
I mean,
that
nobody
had
died.
That's just
post-signatory
Thank
authority.
God they were
So
going to. I mean,
that's
I mean, no one
possible.
died. But they say,
Okay.
she was in that position where if you can't beat them, join them. They had the money, they had the
Here,
control,
did
they had
you forward
everything.
A
They
letter
supplied her the roof over her
that
head.
was written on or sent
Her
to
mom
you on
significantly helped her
December
with the kids.
19th of 2013 from Dan Markel.
Yeah,
Where he was kind of wanting you
but at
back
the
and
same
making
time,
a
it's
lot of
a
concessions.
very
I'll stop coming
deep-seated-
home late, etc. Do you recall that?
I do.
long
yeah, I'm
email?
sure she's looking at her
Did
mom
you forward that to your mother?
and probably really is
I
happy
very
that her
well
mom is
may have.
going to
And do you
prison.
recall
Yeah.
she replied with sort of a
Like, better you than
paragraph
me,
by
bitch.
paragraph breakdown
Oh, yeah.
of that
Well, I mean, she moved to Texas to
Dan
get away from her
Markel
family.
email?
So
She
Well, I
has
think
not.
here, I mean,
She's
North
not been
Carolina
there to
certainly
support
wasn't
her
North
I don't
father
remember, but I see that
while her father
a-
has gone through this,
there's a response here.
Okay.
which I think is
I think
terrible.
I've got her response.
You know, he's not only lost his son, his youngest son,
Great.
It
to
looks like I did,
jail.
yes.
but now they're, trying to put his wife there.
Yep.
And the whole time it was all for the princess, and she's just walked away.
Oh yeah, yeah. Well, she has to for her own safety, for her own
responses.
so she doesn't get got.
I guess
She will
they've
get
got
got.
a joint email. So how do we know?
I hope so. I
Do
worry that she won't get got
we?
sometimes.
I don't.
Does
They're
dad
taking too
send
long.
responses like these? This is
Because
all the response.
if she
Would
has any connection with
Harvey
them, then she will.
detail like that in a response.
No, but it could be that my dad
Do you
and
think
mom
they're
were
going to go
talking
after
and that
Harvey?
she was the scribe, right? That it
Harvey
reflects
is really
both
small
of their
potatoes.
thoughts.
I
and
don't
that
know if
my
they
mom's the
will.
one writing it.
That's the
And
thing.
many of
Like
the
that's part
emails
of
are
Dan's book
signed,
is you know is it worth it? Like
Mom and dad,
to go
or they
after
reference
all
dad
the
and
family,
I feel this
or is it
way.
worth it to just
Was it common for your mom to express for
take
the
what
two
you
of
can
them
get?
a certain position?
Should the
Yes.
one person roll over on the whole family? You know, it's a pretty in depth. It's very serious. The way he
And in
he
this
talks
particular email,
like I've listened
so
to
this
one
is
of
a little
his speeches,
confusing, but
and he's very
she responds paragraph
way
by
over my
paragraph.
head.
You know, K3,
Yeah.
And
K5,
he's not the best
K6,
speech giver.
referencing
I can tell you. I don't know how I would
Dan
have been able to sit
Markel's
through one of his
email to you and refuting each paragraph.
because he's way over my head. But just reading the sample on Amazon of the book, it's almost 200
And
pages.
she felt that
Just
Oh, yeah.
his
that you can
position
read.
was outrageous.
And I was like, what the?
right?
So
And she thought his religious practices were extreme, didn't
they're
she?
She
Jewish.
did, yes.
How
She
are
was
his religious
extremely
practices
concerned about the
extreme?
well-being of the children.
Because he was
in
more
reference to
orthodox than
his
she was.
religious
But
practices.
she should have known that when she was dating him.
Right? Yeah. I mean,
She wanted a psychological evaluation of Mr. Markel.
Yes.
I mean,
Didn't need a psychological
that's something you
evaluation.
work out before you get married.
but she
Honestly, I
even
don't
said when they got
remember.
married, she
Was
didn't
he
like
an
him.
extremely intelligent, accomplished law professor?
Yes.
Did your mom ever
She
call Dan
clearly only
Markel
did
any
it as
disparaging
rebellion to her
names
mom.
around this time frame?
She
Oh
did.
yeah, because her mom was trying to find her a
Being piece of
guy, and I
shit?
think she was afraid
Yes.
mom would find someone, so she just went out and picked someone and married them. You know,
Asshole?
Have two
to
kids
shut
with her.
mom up.
Yeah, this is crazy. So she is
A
the glue that
narcissist.
holds all this
Yes,
together.
a
She's
bully.
the reason.
Oh yeah, if it wasn't for her, Dan Markel would be alive today. It's just that easy.
A bastard.
Yes.
Just wow. This family is just so awful.
Did your
No,
mom
she killed him.
help you
I
prepare
mean,
for your meetings with your
Not
divorce
literally,
lawyer?
but it was due to
My
her
mom
that he
offered
died.
help, but I don't think I needed help preparing for meetings with my divorce lawyer.
Who was your divorce lawyer?
Why? Your mom did
Kristen
everything but
Adamson.
wipe you, honey.
Your mom, in an email dated January 9th, 2013, indicates that she thinks the job opportunities that you had in South Florida was a major bargaining chip in your divorce. Did you agree with that?
Did I agree with it at the time?
Yes.
I don't remember.
I don't remember.
And she did a lot of work sort of making arguments to that point, didn't she?
I believe so.
I
Did you
believe so.
forward your correspondence
Everything's
with
like I
your
don't remember. I
lawyer
think
to your
so. I
mother?
believe so.
I did.
I don't recall.
Publishing
I
64.
tell you, if she was my attorney for anything, I'd be worried.
She wanted to be kept informed, right?
Yes.
I mean, she just is so aloof because
Well,
she doesn't
she's
want to be connected. Yeah, she's trying very
Your
hard to
mom
be
mentions
separate.
She's
from
tap
it.
dancing. Everything's
Yeah.
a tap dance right now.
This is 64G.
She has to
your
be just
South
very
Florida
careful
legal
how she
team.
says
She
boo.
will try to remember to discuss things with your South Florida legal team. Who was that?
I think she was jokingly referring to herself.
Oh, she's the South Florida legal team.
I don't know who else it would have been. I think that's why there's a smiley face. I think it was a joke.
Okay.
Oh, you know if it's a joke or not, dear.
More questions for your upcoming hearing with your attorney. Did you forward your mom's questions or ask your mom's questions when you met with your attorney?
Probably not all of them, but if there was something that I thought was useful, I probably forwarded it or had a conversation about it.
And here you can see in paragraph 2, your mom referred to Dan Markel as Gibbers as well, right?
It was a silly name. Yeah.
It was a silly name. It was so silly.
Yeah.
She's embarrassed of that name now because she's sitting up there.
Oh, you bet.
It was just a silly name.
Let's go
But
to
there's a
the
man that
order
lost his
denying
life
your
over your
petition.
silliness, young
Okay.
lady. That's the whole
Was your
point.
mom aware that the order was filed?
Yes.
Okay. And this is language from the order denied with prejudice, meaning you can't re-raise it, right?
Right. You can't refile.
And your mom wanted to fight the decision, didn't she?
She did.
Did you feel railroaded by her in this email where she's kind of bullying you to keep fighting?
Please rephrase your question.
Did you feel railroaded by your mother?
No.
Okay, but she wants you to continue to take action.
It was denied. I wasn't taking any more action.
Not any more legal action.
I was not taking any more action of any kind.
Didn't your mom have some other ideas for some other actions that could happen?
She did.
But they were all jokes.
She did want to take it to an appeal. Do you remember that?
Actually, I don't remember, but
That's on tab 43 of your binder.
I don't remember. Turn
Just
to
gonna
tab.
regret that. We could have told her, don't listen.
yes, I
Lady.
see.
Okay, but she also wanted to develop this plan of action that could be implemented between the time you learned of the relocation denial and your final hearing in court to maybe strong arm Mr. Markel into agreeing to the relocation. Do you remember that email?
Yes.
Okay, and she had some ideas for how to do that, right?
Yes.
And she said Gibbers hasn't beaten the Adelson family yet. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
It's
So
cool.
what was her plan of action? What did she suggest you could do to get Dan
Yeah.
Markel to relent and let you take his kids to South Florida?
She suggested that I pretend that the boys had become Christian.
Is that something you would ever consider doing?
No.
She was going to pay for them to get instruction on the Christian faith, right?
That was what she said.
And she said she looked into it and she could get them baptized in a couple weeks. Do you remember that?
I don't remember, but I'm sure it's here.
Do you remember her?
I'm sure it's
imploring you
here.
to put on
Yeah.
a good act?
I do.
Did your mom, I don't know, do you have any acting training?
No.
Do you know why your mom would Google how to teach an actress emotion?
I don't. I don't know.
Did she ever share with you or forward you any tips on how to bring emotion or fake emotion?
Not that I remember of any kind.
Oh, please.
All right. What about a financial offer? Was that part of it as well?
Yes.
What was the financial offer to be?
I think it was $1 million.
Who was going to pay the $1 million?
My mom, my dad, and my brother.
And they were
A
going to pay
dot.
$1 million. You
A
didn't
dot.
have to pay any of it?
I don't remember having to pay any of it.
Okay. And they were going to give Dan Markel $1 million for what?
No, because she never pays for anything.
Okay. Did you ever make that offer to Dan Markel?
No,
To your knowledge, did anyone make it to him?
I don't think so.
Would it have worked?
I don't think so.
No, because he loved his children.
Yeah, I mean,
It's all
he
about
tried
getting
to do
control from
things
Dan
civilly.
Markel,
She
right?
literally made
Yes.
everything a battle.
Oh yeah.
And you told her
She's a terrible person. I'm sorry.
we're crazy, didn't you?
I did.
I will not be introducing my children to Christianity. I truly believe it will backfire.
As the counsel testifying sustained, please make sure you're asking open-ended questions to the witness. Ms. Kappelman,
I'm reading from State's Exhibit 64V, which is in evidence.
please proceed.
Did you say it would backfire?
Yes, those are my words.
And what did you mean by
Not enough
backfire?
room up here, both of us.
I don't remember, but I can read there below what I was saying.
Did it have to do with this will give him ammunition to pursue things in court?
I might have meant that at the time.
Did your mom respect your decision not to use her suggestions?
I mean, she had to have, right? I'm a grown up.
Why are you asking the prosecutor?
She kept pushing though, didn't she?
She was suggesting other ideas.
Okay. January
Look at how she
27th,
typed.
2013 email 64W.
Red.
Charlie brought up a good point when he said that Americans were dropped behind enemy lines during World War II wearing Nazi uniforms to get what they wanted. They had a job to get done, and they did what they needed to do to accomplish it. You have a job to get done and a very short time frame to accomplish it. If you dressed your kids up in Hitler youth uniforms and brought them down here, I could care less if it was an act of defiance and would show gibbers that he's not in control. Did she suggest that to you?
Yes.
She urged you to rethink your decision not to implement her suggestions, didn't she?
Yes.
She wanted you to do an act of defiance that will put a scare into this jackass. Why would she want to scare Mr. Markel?
So that he would let me relocate, I guess.
I guess. Every time she talks, you just want to smack her.
She's so good at deflecting. It's like, but she's not. But she thinks she is. She thinks she is. She thinks she's
She
good at
says
deflecting.
here, and I'm still on 64W, I don't know how much of the big picture you're seeing, honey. I don't know if you can realize that not only what you can provide for your boy's life, but for your own life, all depends on this change. This is a once in a lifetime opportunity. So she did view this as a very serious matter, right?
Yes.
And she's sending all of this after the relocation is denied, right?
Yes.
Everyone has a price. Fight for yourself. Okay. I'm showing you this slide also from Exhibit 64W,
Equal
which
part.
indicates that you were going to go into the $1 million offer as a third. Does that refresh your memory on that deal?
I mean, it refreshes my memory, but it's not something I ever considered or thought about doing.
So you would not have paid up the
No.
third of $1 million.
No.
If my mom was paying my rent, I mean, how was I going to pay a third of $1 million?
Really?
Moving on to 64X. This is an email in which your mom expresses opinions on several items, including the marital home, the parenting schedule, alimony, child support, health insurance. Did
Hey.
you want her opinion on all these things?
I mean, I don't remember, but I think we always want our parents' opinion on things, even if we don't take it.
No. Not when you're grown up.
Counselor asked me if I wanted my mom's opinion on those things, and it's hard for me to remember at the time if I wanted other opinions, but I said, I guess, people always want their parents' opinions on things.
And your mother's opinion was that she wanted you to aggravate your ex-husband, right?
Yes.
To screw him financially,
Yes.
to get a win.
Yes.
She thought your divorce was something to be won.
Yeah.
Right?
It seems that way.
When was the divorce final?
It would have been
Yes.
final the summer of 2013.
July.
But instead, we
31st,
murdered
13,
him.
Sound right?
Yes, ma'am.
And we saw that that was the date for your trial. Did a trial take place?
Yes.
Okay. With witnesses being called?
No, there weren't any witnesses.
Okay, so it was a settlement.
Yes.
And did you reach the settlement on the day that the trial was supposed to be conducted?
I think maybe the day before.
Okay. I want to ask you some questions about voice authentication. Your cell phone, was it collected by police in this case?
I gave the police my cell phone to search.
Let them download it and return it to you, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
you're like,
And are you
Gave it to
familiar
them to
with the
search.
wiretap
No, they asked for it. Then you gave it. Let's be real.
I've seen a lot of wires.
where phone
Speeding
calls
it
were
up
intercepted by
because
the
they're
police and
so
recorded
slow.
by the police?
Yes.
And were you asked to listen to a disc of calls to see if you could authenticate the voices on those
Yes.
discs? Okay. And were you able to authenticate some of the voices on there?
I was able to authenticate the voices of my family.
All right. So Charlie Adelson, Donna Adelson, Harvey Adelson.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. And did you initial on State's Exhibit 135 by each of those voices that you were able to authenticate?
I did.
Oh, look who showed up. LaDonna.
That's
LaDonna.
I did.
This time I'd ask to introduce State's Exhibit 135.
Any objection? I'm asking to
That
the
lady
objection.
looks like a
Statement
younger
35 is entered.
Donna Adelson, by the way, her attorney.
Yeah.
She looks like what Donna Adelson used to look like.
After the divorce was final, was there any more litigation between you and Dan Markell?
There was.
All right. And who was the first one to file something after the divorce was final?
I
What's
don't remember who was first to
happening?
file.
Because you both filed some things afterwards, right?
Well, Danny was supposed to pay me for the deal with our settlement was I was supposed to take my name off the title to the house, and he was supposed to pay me half the value of the house. So I went that first week and took my name off the title and then just waited. And when I reached out, when it was time for him to pay what he owed, he said, I'm not going to pay it. And I asked why, and he said, I have my reasons. And so my attorney had to file to enforce the settlement agreement because otherwise he was going to be held in contempt of court.
The court had given him a deadline to make the payment, and he didn't make it.
He didn't make it.
So you filed a motion to enforce,
The settlement agreement.
and he filed a counter motion saying, well, I'm not paying because she's in violation for all these different things. Remember that?
I do. And then he accused my attorney of committing fraud.
Right.
Did he?
One of his big complaints was failure to facilitate the communication agreement, where I guess you all had some type of agreement to provide Skype calls with the kids to each other when you didn't have children. Do you remember him complaining about that?
I do.
Stuff
I
out.
remember if I was 1 minute late, he would contact the parenting coordinator and complain that I was in violation.
That was a pretty regular complaint of his in this era of these filings, wasn't it?
Yes.
Okay. And when he sent an email, for example, 64N, let's see if we have that, alleging these sorts of violations and including, quote, accusing you and your mother of making zero efforts to facilitate communication between he and the kids. Did you forward this email to your mother?
I don't remember if I did or not.
We need to go to page.
And during this time period, did Dan Markell send you quite a few emails pleading with you to play nice? For example, March 7th of 2013, Wendi, I really regret that things have gotten to the place where they are. Do you think we could try to resolve more issues directly with each other to prevent so much of the unnecessary tension and cost? Things like that.
Yes.
Okay. But then you didn't seem
And
to
get your
be able
mother
to
out of it?
play nice with each other, even though it seems like maybe that's both what you wanted, at least at certain points.
I was always trying to play nice.
Well, you were threatening to hold him in contempt of court.
I wasn't threatening
Hey,
to hold him in
Donna.
contempt. That's what my lawyer filed. That's what happens
Well,
when
your
you,
lawyer represents
We're
you,
just giving
doesn't
our
she, Mrs.
opinion.
Nicholson?
she does, but I wasn't threatening him.
about why we know she's
Did you
guilty.
cease
We're going to
false
go over the
communication between
Minnesota
Dan and Hell Boys on March
manifesto
12th of
too,
2013?
I don't
After
remember
this.
that, no.
Tab 54, please.
because
We're
I have-
watching 3 hours of this.
No. This is almost over.
Okay, because
No.
she talked for like 3 hours on the stand.
No. We're fixing to go to
looks
the
like my attorney
Minnesota
advised me to do that.
manifesto.
Did
Okay.
you cease all Skype
It's
conversations
like,
between Dan
hey.
Martell and the boys?
No.
Again, I
I'm not
don't
listening
remember.
to
It's
her
been a
for
very
3
long
hours. I
time.
can't
But if my
stand
attorney
listening to
advised me
her
to do it, then I probably did it.
Okay. And
No.
the day that you
We're
filed
about to switch
that
over to the
motion to
Minnesota
enforce the marital
manifesto.
settlement agreement and hold Dan Markell in contempt, see if I can find that. What was the date of that filing?
It looks like it was October 31st, 2013.
Was that the same date that you backed out of the contract to buy a house here in Tallahassee?
I don't remember if it
I
was
know
the same
LaDonna
date,
doesn't
but
like to be
at that
repeated.
point, I
stuff
didn't
to be
have the
repeated.
money I needed to
I
buy the
already-
house
I already know.
because
She
Danny
got
didn't
patience
pay
for
what
the
he was
nap.
supposed to.
Okay, but you don't remember which day you backed out of buying the house.
I don't.
Could it have been the same day that this was filed? Halloween of 13.
It may have been.
Okay, and was it Charlie, your brother, who talked you out of buying the house?
No, I didn't have the money to buy the house.
So you don't remember him discussing that with you?
Oh no, this is one of my favorite
And
parts.
Did your mom?
She backed
Have a
out of
decision
buying
one
the
way or another
house
you would
the
buy the house.
day
I don't
that
remember.
Dan was taken out.
The image that I just had. up
Amazing.
Was this image sent to you on October 31st? How did this get onto your cell phone dated October 31st?
It looks like something my brother would have sent me at some point. I don't remember if it was what day it was, but I remember seeing that picture.
Okay, do you have any reason to dispute
I
the
hear you,
letter that
LaDonna.
with it on your
No,
phone?
no, ma'am.
Only if they get
Recognize
windy.
your brother in this
That's what
photo?
we're all waiting
Who's the
for.
woman he's pictured with here?
Katie.
Is that Catherine McVanoa?
Yes.
So did your brother at any time send you this picture? Not at any time. Did your brother on October 31st send you this picture and basically tell you not to buy the house because you weren't going to be living in Tallahassee much longer?
I don't remember him ever telling me not to buy the house or that I wasn't going to be living in Tallahassee. I really wanted to buy that house.
Liar. Is her
Liar,
nose
liar, pants
growing?
on
Do you
fire.
remember after all the drama with the Skype asking your mom, see if I can find it here, to help you work on the Skype thing because it was becoming a real problem between you and Mr. Markell?
I honestly don't remember, but I see this email and I must have sent this.
And then a few months later, in February of 14, Mr. Markell files a motion to enforce marital settlement agreements, and that we've touched on that already.
Okay, so at the end of the day, we know if not for Wendi, I'll just pause this. So at the end of the day, we know that Wendi, if not for Wendi, right, none
Oh,
of
yeah.
this would have happened. Wendi, at the
Oh,
end of the
definitely
day,
not.
decided not to buy the house that she really desperately wanted in Tallahassee the day that Dan Markell was taken out.
Deleted.
Right.
Yep.
We know that Wendi drove to the house, to Dan's house, the day that he was taken out. We also know that Wendi hated Tallahassee so much so that the guy that she started dating, she had a freaking meltdown on their second date that she had to end the second date because she was crying so much and saying how much she hated Tallahassee and that she was going through such a contentious custody battle with her ex-husband Dan, and that guy still continued to date her. What the frick ever.
Yeah, something's wrong with him. I'm sorry.
Something's seriously wrong with that dude. Yeah, and he was still waiting around to try to see if there was going to be a future. Dude, run for the frickin' hills.
Really? Why would you want to get involved in that?
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. I mean, and they tried to frame him twice for murder, so get the hell out of town. Yeah. So you stayed after this bitch cried, and so was like, I can't continue this date with you. I'm so sorry. I just hate it here so much. But I'm supposed to be on this nice date with you.
And where did that guy live?
In Tallahassee.
Yeah, and you're trashing where he lives.
Yeah, he also taught at FSU. So I'm like, dude. So yeah, she didn't want to buy that house. She was waiting for the go sign from her brother to tell her, you don't need to worry about buying the house.
Yeah.
You gonna get to go home. Don't worry, honey. You're leaving. And then as soon as her brother and mama and them got caught, and then, oh, by the way, she moved to Miami. As soon as the deed was done, she
Oh,
took those
yeah.
boys and moved straight to Miami, and then didn't take the boys to see their father's family, or to the funeral, or to
Oh,
anything,
she changed their names.
and changed their names to Adelson. Yeah, took
Well,
away
and
their father's
also
last name.
I think one of them had the name Daniel in his name, like a middle name, and I mean,
Yeah.
she changed the whole
Literally
thing.
took it all out. And then when the defense lawyer gets up to do the cross examination, she says this. She literally says, "So these boys are growing up without their father's influence." And she says, "Well, I wouldn't say without any influence."
Yeah.
Did you just say like she's like, "Well, their father isn't here anymore." Well, yeah, that's true.
Yeah, and you've cut out his family. Hello.
So if you look on YouTube, Dan's father did his victim impact statement on YouTube. He made a video of it so that it would be on YouTube for the boys to see one day, because he doesn't know if they'll ever have a relationship with those boys ever again as long as Wendi is around.
Well, and the thing is, even if Wendi wasn't around, she has had all these years to contaminate them and
Oh yeah,
brainwash
yeah,
them.
yeah, yeah. I
So,
mean,
you
and
know,
we see that all the time. We see that on so many cases where these kids are used, and the other side has destroyed the people. I mean, look at obviously look at the Menendez
yeah,
family. I mean, they've had all this time to bash and destroy Jose and Kitty, who are not here to defend themselves. You know, so it's really sad. There's so many kids that their parents, the dead parents, are um, not here to defend themselves. So that family has been um, basically defaming them, ruining their reputation, and the kids will grow up and forever dislike them. And it's so
yeah.
easy to do. It's so easy to do.
Oh, yeah.
So,
You
um,
know,
you know, So the other topic I wanted to talk about today is a very sensitive, touchy topic, obviously, because it's something that's been going on in our country for way too long. And I know people automatically say we need more um, legislation, more gun control, more. Well, on my channel, I can say that word. We need more bills to be passed, this, that, and the other. I legitimately, post a legitimate video because I have legitimate questions. We've had this question asked before. At to what point can we what can we do without infringing upon the Second Amendment? It's a legit question because we do have the Second Amendment. We do have the right uh, to bear arms, which I do say, and this is something that my husband and I get into debate all the time. Not, I don't want to say a debate because he won't even converse with me about it. But there is the right to bear arms, and I say, but it doesn't say we have the right to bear all arms. So,
yeah.
um,
Well, when was that written?
right,
Because
but
they like to go back and talk about when things were written, and we need to go back to those days. Well, when they were talking about it, it was a musket.
right,
I mean,
right.
come on, they did not know we were going to
But
have the kind of weapons that we have available now.
yes, but in also, so this is their other fine line, is in those days, they were allowed, the whole purpose of right to bear arms was because it was in the days of being able to assemble a militia, and you were
Exactly.
allowed to bear arms similar to and equal to the military, to the so yes, they take that very seriously. It is very serious. You are allowed to carry the same as the military or a militia.
Those were the only
So
weapons they had. It wasn't like
exactly,
they're
exactly. But
saying
you
that they
can't.
be like the military. That doesn't. No, they
But
um they didn't have separate weapons for the military
they
and
didn't.
for
But
the regular person.
our forefathers didn't. They didn't look at it and say, I don't think our forefathers actually. I know they thought of the future. I know they didn't sit there and go,
Oh,
oh well, in
honey,
the
they
future
had no
we're
flipping
gonna
clue of what
that.
the world was going to turn into.
But I don't think they thought that. I mean, I really don't think that they were thinking, this was gonna. I don't know. They didn't think. Still didn't want to limit our ability to have the right. They didn't want to limit our rights. So,
There's limiting your right because I mean you could say, well, a cannon is something they use during war, so that means I can have a cannon.
well, yeah, you have the
But
right.
they weren't letting them have cannons back then. They
I
they
mean,
had a musket.
they had the right to bear arms. So that's the thing. I mean, I'm just saying it's the right to bear arms.
You know.
So we do have to jump through hoops though. So the question is, because I legit have the question, the dude that and the majority of, here's the thing, the majority of the people that commit these types of violent crimes, that commit these horrific crimes,
Mm-hmm.
legally purchased, they do jump through the hoops. They do wait until they're 18. They do wait the waiting period. They do pass the background check. They follow the law.
But here's my question, because some actually don't. And also so many states are getting rid of a lot of the background. I mean, here in Texas,
Who's getting rid of background check?
well, Texas, you can pretty much, I could go out tomorrow and purchase a handgun.
Yeah, but you still have to follow a background check.
Well, who's actually doing these background checks? I don't think they
ATF
actually,
and the FBI.
but I really don't think that they're doing them like they're supposed
How do
to.
you
I
think they're
don't.
not doing them?
Because I think there are just situations where people that, like the guy that shot up the people in New York.
Yeah,
They
he got a
he
background check.
he actually got part of his weapon from a friend. He didn't have the whole thing. But the situation was with him, he had been in a mental hospital. I don't know. This gets so
Again, see, that's
confusing.
another legit question. So here's again. So Minnesota also has red flag laws. There are 21 states in America that have red flag laws. But again, we're talking red flag laws. You actually, a family member has to report you to the court. You have to file with the court that, hey, I think Z is a danger to herself and others. You have to
Right.
file that with the court. Okay. So if I don't take action and say, yo, I think she's not safe. And then that is only in effect though for so many days. It doesn't last forever.
Yeah.
You have to go and then you have to be evaluated. And then if they're like, okay, Z's clear now. So it's not an indefinite.
Yeah. Well, see, and that is part of the problem is I think that they need to clear up is number
You froze. Why did you freeze? Why did you freeze? Can you hear me? You froze.
circling. Are we
Oh,
back?
yeah, you're back. Okay.
Okay. I think there has to be something federal instead of just every state you know, how you feel, because I think that just leaves too much interpretation, because this is people going in and hurting innocent children. I mean,
Okay.
but I have no clue how they can do it. It's just, it would be nice if they could.
Right.
I mean, I think there are some things that, as the federal government, they could tighten, you know.
So the federal government, okay, but the thing is we're trying to keep the separation, because this is another thing people keep complaining about the federal government. The federal government, right? We don't live in a fascist society, right? But see, you're
What
laughing.
country do you live in right now?
You're laughing, but see, we don't want a fascist society, but here we are saying we need the federal government. But we're
Honey,
trying,
we're getting to that.
but
We're getting to that.
I'm not disagreeing totally, but I'm just saying,
Yeah.
if we want to not be that type of society, but then we're asking for more federal control. But where do you want it to be? We again.
Well, I think
like,
when
we can't
children
have it all the way.
No, I think when we're talking about innocent people being murdered, there has to, there has to be some regulation.
Okay,
Um,
but
I think people have the right to own their arms. I don't have a problem with that. I do think that if you are someone that's brand new getting a weapon and you've never had one, I think it should be mandatory you at least have a class.
okay, he did. There is a class. Minnesota's gun laws are you have to have a course, you have to wait a
Okay.
month, you have to pass a background check, uh, you have to be at least 18. So he followed. He had to wait. It took him a lot of time. He had to wait
Yeah.
a month to get each, not all, each, and he had to take a 30-day course. So this wasn't something like, so this took time. And he
Well,
had no criminal background.
I think with him, or however he identifies, I think the situation was he was putting it all out on Facebook. It was going out on Facebook. He was making threats and Facebook and other social media are getting rid of the checks.
Well, Facebook's checks are actually, the community is the check. So okay, that's a good point. Good point right there. Okay, so crazy thing. TikTok, for instance.
Okay.
TikTok, for instance. Okay, literally on my For You page. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
TikTok is one of the biggest culprits to me, because I say it all the time that TikTok is the devil. Literally on TikTok, there are people. There's a guy that after this happened in Minneapolis, this guy who is a pedophile. He got on there and said, "Yay!" He celebrated what happened in Minneapolis, and that's okay to do. You can go on TikTok and you can celebrate this stuff, and you can say, "Watch out for the next one." That's what he was saying. He was saying, this is going to happen more and more. And we can't wait for the next one, because all you Christians out there, you got it coming, and more of your kids are going to die. And that's okay to say on TikTok. That's okay to say. And then there are people on TikTok, because, Trump hasn't been seen for a few days. So people were on TikTok going, oh my gosh, is it happening?
People are stupid.
Yeah,
And that's all, honey, that's all over social media. People are just dumb.
But that's allowed. That's allowed on TikTok. And I can't say, they took down my comment in my videos saying that there was no such thing, I said a man is a man and a woman is a woman. And TikTok said, nope, you can't say that. And I said, excuse me? I appealed it. And they said, no, but it's okay for you to go on there and threaten children's lives.
Well, did anybody report him?
Yes. Yes. People are reposting and reporting. Hey, Dandy, people are reposting and reporting and saying, TikTok, do your thing. Find this person. And people are
Yeah.
posting that they found out that he's a predator and
Because
still it's on there.
have you ever tried to report anything on Facebook? You might as well talk to the wall.
You
They
can't,
do.
you can say whatever you want about hurting children,
Yeah.
wishing death upon someone, but you can't say that a man is a man and a woman is a woman. Can't say that. Can't say Pluto's a planet.
Well,
Can't say any of that.
I think you can.
No, you can't. Not on TikTok. TikTok is a whole different beast.
Well, see, I don't normally get on TikTok, but supposedly the FBI and those guys are supposed to monitor these kind of things when people make threats, but apparently I don't think they are.
I mean, there are millions of people out there. How are they supposed to monitor every single one? There's
Well,
somebody
you
going to
would
fall through
in
the
a
cracks.
search.
And not only that, I would dare say, V, and you can say this about me because you know that I believe that there are people that purposefully fall through the cracks just so they can say there's an agenda.
Here we go into the conspiracy.
I'm saying.
But no, LaDonna, I agree with you. I have actually tried to file a couple of grievances, and I might as well have put it in the trash can. Because there's really no way to file things. You never get to talk to a person. That's not allowed. And so it's just I know, LaDonna, the YouTube censors are after you. I'm sorry, darling.
It's just
You're on a list. We don't know how you got on that list.
I know how LaDonna
on
got on the list.
But the thing is, I think I realize there's thousands of comments, but there are keyword searches. That's how you search for that kind of stuff. It's not like Bob is sitting there going, ooh, let me open up Facebook and go through every post I can find. No, you put up keyword searches. You put up people threatening with weapons, you threatening children. Come on. Because this guy did not hide what he was going to do. Her and Neo. Neo's like, come on, Mom.
Sorry. Had to get Augie on the bed. He likes to be in the office too.
Hey, Augie.
Which is another reason why I had to move spaces because Augie didn't have space in the closet. Yeah, well, anyways, like you're saying, yes, there are millions, but I'm telling you, I think some purposefully fall through the cracks because they want this. They want to keep sowing the division and sowing the hate, and they want to keep pointing out that there are people out there. And also, my other theory, Z, is
Okay.
I believe that America is turning into similarly like the Middle East. Like literally, those people hate America, they hate Christians, and they're literally raising and regrowing their little can I say the word suicide bombers? They're growing new 9/11 people. They're growing people to come here and do terrorist attacks. We're doing that in our own country. We're literally growing people that hate America, that want to harm Americans and harm Christians. The hate here is so huge that that's what we're doing in our own country. We're doing it to ourselves.
Yeah.
There's so many people that support other countries and they don't even know those countries. They don't even never even been to those countries. What the frick? We have our own problems here, our own stuff here. But yet they're going out and they're taking, and what he did and what they're doing is they're going to vulnerable places like schools and churches, and they're hurting and harming and taking out children. And people are like, oh, the children. Yeah, the children, because they're in their most vulnerable place. They're in a place where they're not protected. So,
oh, yeah.
I mean,
And
taking away our right to bear arms is not going to protect those children. They don't have
well,
stuff.
no, but there has to be, because I was listening to one of the Parkland survivors this morning, and he was talking about, and I agreed with him. Um, I hear you,
I
Dandelion.
agree. Dandy, I don't like no dang body.
I actually have a T-shirt that says "Ooh, people."
Right.
That's why I like my cats so much. But it's a situation where, like he was saying, there were things that could be done. He said we had a lot of hope after we survived that some things would change, but it didn't. And now all of a sudden everybody wants to jump on the bandwagon. Well, this was a trans person. Out of I think it's been over 500 school shootings in since Columbine. 3 have been trans people, and one of them they're not sure if that person was trans. So it's like, don't keep trying to make we have a problem with people going into schools and harming children, and people are actually leaving the country there. I saw one woman, she said they were actually packing up. They were going to the Netherlands because she's too scared to let her kids even go to school these days. And that's sad.
Well, I will say that yes, we have an issue with obviously people going to schools and doing what they're doing because that's awful. But we also have an epidemic of very confused people. They're very confused. And the fact that we don't recognize it as a mental health issue because everybody is automatic jumping at what did we not jump up and scream and holler that the guy in New York had mental health issues? That's what we said, right? We were like, oh, he had mental health problems. Where was the red flag laws for him? But nobody said, oh, this guy had mental health problems. Nobody considers what was wrong with him mental health.
Well, no, because they're too worried about the trans. They're too worried about the trans issue with him.
Yeah, because it's a mental health issue. But nobody considers that a mental health issue. That's the problem.
Well, I'm not saying it is a mental health issue.
I know you're not.
Because,
but it is a mental health issue.
Not necessarily with some.
It's a mental, no, with some, but right now it is because everybody and their brother's uncle thinks that it's a thing, but it's a fad right now. Everybody thinks they are.
I hate to disagree with them, but if you want to open up your Bible, there's nothing new under the sun.
I think everybody right now thinks that they are, and they're just not. It's just because it's society is making them think they are, and they're not. That guy even said in his manifesto that he wished he had never brainwashed himself into thinking that he was.
Well, and and that person, he did not sound mentally stable whatsoever.
Right, because he wasn't.
And
he hated his mother. He hated his mother for allowing him to become that way.
Yeah.
But also, this is a parental issue because parents should get their kids help and say, hey, I had a friend who went through that with her daughter. Her daughter went through the phase where she thought, hey, I want to be a boy. I think I'm a boy. Where she even went so far as to wear the ace bandages around her chest and all that stuff. And her mom let her, kind of let her do her thing. But we all went through the whole tomboy phase or what have you. Her mom was like, look, we're gonna get help because something is going on. And it turned out, you know what? Something was going on.
And I think there are those people that there is something going on and they do need help. A lot of times, though, the problem, not with this case, I don't know what, I think the mother was just as mentally challenged as him. But I think for a lot of people, it's a financial situation. They can't afford mental help.
That's another issue. Mental health is super duper duper expensive. We've talked about this before. Mental health
Yeah.
is outrageous. A lot of times people's insurance don't even cover mental health.
Yeah.
Uh, and so that's fine, Dandy. Uh, but I think a lot of people just need to get, they need to actually have somebody to talk to.
Yeah.
This woman clearly had nobody to talk to. And
Well,
she didn't even try.
and I think that's part of the problem is because with technology, which is awesome, we're able to get on the internet,
Which
but
is
it
also a big
also
point
we
too.
we have disconnected from community. We don't talk to people anymore unless it's through a device.
Right.
Who knows their neighbors? I mean, I'm just as guilty. I know two of my neighbors. And I live on a street with a lot of people. I only know two of them because people do not hardly come out of their house except when they're going somewhere,
No, because they're always on the internet.
you know.
What'd she say? She said to him, "No, y'all, my stepson is on phone. He can't say a thing, or I'm hateful."
Well, see, I listened to a
Oh,
YouTuber go crazy the other day about it was all the hormones. And then they started talking about women having hormones and how maybe we shouldn't be allowed to have arms. And when a woman's pregnant, and I was just like, "Oh, Lord have mercy. Here we're going to go back to," and someone said, "Well, we need mental asylums again." Well, you know who got thrown in the mental asylums a lot for hysteria? It was women. So
okay.
you got to watch the rhetoric. I'm not saying that the hormones don't mess anyone up. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying it's a dangerous step to take because then you're going to go, well, what about someone on depression medication? What if a guy's older and he's taking testosterone? When are we going to start putting our nose into HIPAA to find out everybody's medical backgrounds?
Well,
Just, I mean,
that's one of my points exactly there. Like, but that's where we have the fine line where with this whole red flag stuff, where people are like, "Oh, we need to turn people in who have mental health issues that they shouldn't have a gun." Well, that's HIPAA. Who's
exactly. And
to
then
say
when
that you're
you say they get a background check, but when they do a background check, all they're looking is if you've had an arrest. They're not
right?
looking if so there's nothing like have they been committed? Have they been in a hospital? Because then you're playing with HIPAA.
Right.
So
But also,
where's the
just because
answer?
you've been committed doesn't mean that you're a psycho. It just means maybe you had a bad time.
But
Like
maybe
what a
but don't you think
postpartum
you
depression is considered,
Oh
uh,
yeah.
a bad time.
But don't you think then that they at least should be looked at before you just go, okay, sign it? I mean, I'm just saying
I
possibly.
my mental struggles is nobody's business unless I make it your business.
But then don't be
Like
talking that
nothing.
this guy it was his hormones because you're talking about his
But
mental
he
health.
made it, Anyo, he made that people's business when he put it in his manifesto. So, Anyo, that's free reign, baby. He
Yeah,
put
but
that out there. He put
for
that out
that for that person, yes, but they try now to paint like all the trans people are going to start going into
there.
the schools and shooting them. Yeah,
No,
I've
Anyo.
I've heard YouTubers saying this.
Some people, yes. But let me just put, for me in general, uh, uh, look, as far as I'm concerned, that you are, if you are there now, as far as I'm concerned, there are very few, and I mean very, very few people where they are born with their equipment that is messed up. But as far as you needing to go as a child and tell your parents, "Hey, I need to go chop off things and rearrange things and whatever," Anya, no, nope, no. You're a
Oh,
child.
I don't think that's anything that someone that's a child should be able or the parents should make that
No,
decision.
No.
because that's what happened actually
No.
with kids that actually were born with both male and female
Yeah.
parts.
Yeah.
And then the parent back in the day would make the decision what they wanted. And then as the kid grew up and things just didn't feel right,
Yeah.
then you had messed up people.
That's a tough situation. But
So
I'm talking about
now,
like kids who are now that are like this
yeah,
whole fad. This is a fad. This is a phase. This is something that has turned into a freight train that we can't stop. This to me is if you are grown and you decide like, hey, I think I just want to chop these suckers off and but the problem is most of the guys that are walking around saying I'm a woman, they're not changing anything. They're just cross-dressing. They're just putting on a dress. They're full beard, everything, and walking around and being like, I'm a woman. That's not.
being a cross-dresser is a whole different ballpark.
But we can't even say that. I can't even say that on TikTok. But they're
Well, then
calling
get off
themselves
TikTok. You and
calling
TikTok don't get along.
trans. That's not trans.
Well, they might be trans, but maybe they don't do the hormones. I don't know.
That's they don't want to do hormones and they don't want to cut their stuff off because they're calling themselves trans and they're calling themselves a woman.
Honey, you got to remember back in biblical times, there were male prostitutes that would dress as females to go to the temples.
That's not a trans.
Yeah, it was. They lived their
That's
lives as
prostitute.
females. That was what they had. They just didn't have the wherewithal to cut parts off because that wasn't a thing back then. But the Bible tells us nothing is new under the sun. Nothing.
No, nothing is
Why
new.
do you,
God already knows.
why do you think Sodom and Gomorrah and some of those things happened? Because,
Yep, God
but you
destroyed
know
that.
what? It's people's choices because I'm not the judge. I am
No,
not the judge.
people have free will.
You know, everyone gets to live their life how they want. I do agree that children should have to wait till they're considered an adult. You
Yeah,
know,
you're an
now
adult.
if they want to dress however they want to dress, that's fine. But I would think because children have enough hormones going through them that maybe that should wait until they're old enough as an adult to make that decision.
So,
You know,
anyway, the point is, regardless of whatever he identified as or whatever, the thing is if people want to call him, to me, he's a dude. And in his videos, that dude was a dude. He was dressed like a dude. He was talking like a dude. He was referencing himself as a dude. He was not calling himself a she. So all these people.
Then if he doesn't identify that way anymore and he was calling himself a him,
that dude was like he was straight up. So everybody being all like, oh, let me be respectful. No, that's that. First of all, no,
Yeah.
you're just so. But I wanted to share the manifesto because the manifesto is wow.
Oh yeah, I've watched it.
The translation
it's just sick.
I watched the video of so everybody if you didn't see the video that he posted of the stuff all spread out on the bed and all of his equipment that he had ready to go, everything he had planned out. I did show the video to my sexy man, and of course he was highly offended because he basically was like, this dude's a poser. A lot of the stuff in the video, it was very cheap, actually.
Yeah.
Some of it was blanks. So he was trying to look all big and bad, and he was like, those are blanks. That's not even so to a person who's not educated in those items, that looks very intimidating. He
Right.
did have the shotgun, the AR. He did have his obviously the 6-shooter or whatever. He had the very cheap Taurus brand. The brands were cheap. He did have some very the magazines he had were full. Those were he had a lot of rounds.
I just wonder why people, because he had people watching these videos. Why did nobody call and report him?
I don't think people actually think that stuff was serious. He got them. He actually bought them at legit stores.
Yeah.
He bought them at a legit store. He waited. He went through the background checks. He went through the classes. He followed all the Minnesota laws. He purchased his so the items that he carried, the belt that he got. My sexy man was like, he probably got that on eBay. All of the items that he purchased, you can buy those things individually. You can get them at like Academy. I don't know what they have up in Minnesota, but you can get those things at an Academy. The rounds you can go purchase also at an Academy. I don't know what their limit is. Usually Academy has like a two box limit. So you can accumulate.
Does that limit, like if you go to another academy, can you go to multiple
You can go to another
stores?
academy. Yes, you can go to another academy. Because you don't have to give your license or anything like that. You can go to another academy and go, because usually they have like a really good deal on their rounds. So you can just go up there. Usually buy if they're having a sale, if they're on sale. Yeah, you can
Or
buy.
you can actually make them, because I had a cousin, he used to make his own
Yeah, you can
ammunition.
But he did have blanks. The ones that were black, those were blanks. He also didn't have like even my man was like, those aren't even hollow points. He didn't even have like good which I mean, hey, whatever, a round's a round, it can do damage, but he didn't even have like the best kind.
I forget, did he delete himself or did the cops delete him?
He deleted himself because he had one specific one for himself. He even said in his video, he said, "This is for me." He wrote all over each.
Yeah, I remember that
thing. He had a lot of sayings on there. The ironic thing is that he was very against pedophiles. He was asking where was the list. He wanted to know where the Epstein list was.
No, that was weird.
Yeah. So.
Do you think he'd been abused?
And a lot of times, and this is something that I believe. I believe this wholeheartedly. That I believe that people who, and people can agree with me or not. It's totally my point of view. I believe that people who grow up and think or become gay or trans or whatever, I believe there is some sort of abuse in their background at some point in time in their life. So, and I truly believe that because I know a lot of my friends who are gay and think they're trans have been through some horrific abuse.
I don't have enough knowledge on that subject. So, I really don't to say anything.
So I have several friends who are gay, and all of them have been abused. So, and I just it correlates. I don't know, but and I know a lot of people who are on TikTok who, when they talk about their past, they've all been abused, and it just is wild to me. And they all had a diddler somewhere that did something to them. So
well, and I think that's something that truthfully we're failing in the States of taking care of pedophiles. They're especially the women teachers. I do not know why they keep letting these women walk.
Yes.
I'm sorry. If you mess with a child, I don't care if you are a woman, a man, a space alien. You go to jail, you never come out.
Have you seen the teacher that's dressing in the bodycon?
What's the name?
Oh my gosh. So she is dressed like she's going to the club. And people are defending her. because she's young, she looks good. She does look good. She's young and attractive, but she's not dressed appropriately for.
Don't you remember that one chick from Florida after Mary Kay Letourneau? She was probably the next best well-known. She was a blonde and real pretty. And I remember her judge literally saying from his little podium, "You're too pretty to go to jail."
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Oh, dang it. Oh, dang it. I can't remember her name.
I can't I can see her.
I can see
her. But yeah, and someone today I was in a comment with someone and they had said, well, all these young pretty women, and I said, it's not only them. Some of these women are middle-aged and aren't, drop dead gorgeous, and they're going after these young boys.
Yep.
I don't know if, they think they're going to relive their youth, but it's ridiculous. And I'm sorry, any adult that sends naked pictures of themselves, actually to anyone, everybody, I don't care if you've been married forever. I don't care if you're sending it to the love of your life. Keep your naked pictures off of anything. Don't do it.
Oh, come on.
Because if
don't
you
talk about what you guys are doing in your own home. Come on now.
Oh, honey, there has never been a naked picture shared between us. If I want to see the man naked, I ask to see him naked. I don't need photographs. I mean, I just think that's ridiculous because even people that have been married forever or you're dating, things can go wrong and then photos come out. That's why they have revenge porn now that you can, in some states, you can charge someone with. Please stop taking naked pictures and tell your kids to stop.
All right, let me pull up. Let me see if I can find one of these videos. We don't have to go through all of the. Page number 7 of Robin. Page number 5 of Robin. Okay, so this is page 4. Okay. All right, hold on. Try to get this on the screen.
For a long time. I am very conflicted with writing this journal. I need to get my thoughts out without getting put on a watch list. Haha. This journal is not going to be organized or easy to read. It will be a brain barf of thoughts. Lately, I have been entrenched into the realm of mass pew-pews. I have known about these events for years, even at the time being morbidly obese as of lately. I've recently found myself indulging in every mass pew-pew video I can find. My interest in specifically school pew-pews started, I think, in 7th grade. I remember one Aussie I was talking with Valerie. She was my crush, and I was just one of those kids. I asked them, if there was a school pew-pew, where would you hide? I don't remember using it. I'm assuming that means I don't remember asking it or whatever. I asked that thought. It seemed to scare them, and they laughed it off to me. But lately, though, I don't know. That's page 1. All right, so we got page 1.
This guy
Here's what
has been
translating. So this is
translating.
page 4. Last one was page 1, but it's actually page 3 because he ripped out some pages. So I translated this. Let's get into it. Hello there. I don't like it. Wow. Probably unsettling and suspicious if they were to come onto my YouTube history, but I don't think it's sure enough for law enforcement to step in. Sorry. There's going to be a lot of mistakes. I am tired and think writing this way is hard and stupid. I am writing acrylic text in English phonics because he kind of made it up. I also sprinkle in some Russian words, I think, with terrible grammar spelling. I have been learning Russian for many years, but never really learned. I just needed a cipher that could quickly learn Russian.
One of the news guys actually had to get a Russian translator.
For a long time since I got access to the internet, I have been seeking out
access to the internet. This is the downfall.
I have been fascinated with pew-pews and shells since I was little. I consider myself a pretty knowledgeable person, not just on pews, LOL.
Well, now come
I
on,
definitely
Racy.
had
If
a big
we're going to
ego
start saying we
and
have
a bit
to
of a superiority
limit the
complex.
internet,
I think the reason
that's
I have
going
let
into
Too late for
someone's
myself
that.
life.
It's
go
too late for that.
Page number 5 of Robin Westman's journal, I've translated. Here's what he said. Now, this isn't a perfect translation because he wasn't perfect in Russian. So I'm going to be putting it together best I can and make it more fluent. So here we go. For over 7 years, the consequences seem to have made themselves known. I am terrified of cancer and dying pitifully. I think my
He had
major
this
depression has allowed
obsession that he was
my
dying
evil
of
thoughts
cancer.
to take control. It seems to give me some solace and indulge in the thoughts of planning an attack. Today, I assembled a school pew pew cosplay. I have a ton of, first off, I'm assuming that's airsoft layout, including an aero comp shotgun. I'm assuming that's like an airsoft shotgun, and 2 airsoft pistols, as well as many bags and gear. So I'm assuming everything in here is airsoft as of right now. I have really been wanting to put that together, yearning for the moment. Just left to do the gear. It honestly felt amazing. I could feel the gravity of my outfit. I must have thought a shooting in my apartment, including the police pew out and subsequent unaliving of himself. It was really fun, and I love how I look, and I have changed to work it off. I had never really done that before, creating a layout specifically for pew-pewing all a school. Brother, at that time I was in 7th grade. I meant a pew-pew with me. Now on to page number 6 of Robin Westman's journal. Here we go. This is where we last left off. Brother, at the time I was in 7th grade, I meant a pew-pew with my trigger spring, plunger, bolt, open, stop, Nerf guns, but I never dressed the part. Today was a bit more serious feeling than I expected. I felt a bit of guilt, but mainly enjoyed it. When I went to look in the mirror, I really didn't like seeing my face, but I put on a skull mask. I liked that look, but still didn't like seeing my eyes and forehead. I put on a baseball cap in a direct come out to Nicholas Cruz, I'm assuming the song. I just found out it's a sure thing. I hated seeing my face. I have lately been creating pew-pew scenarios now, scenes including schools, universities, malls, and stores. I have a ton of realism mods and started to enact these events. Mainly for fun, but also to see if they could match a cool these impulses. I'm thinking he's talking about like cooling his impulses. He doesn't want to really do it. Mainly for fun, but also to see if they could match a cool these impulses. I love it and crave more. I get bored of NPC's behavior and crave more fear and devastation, which scares me. I don't want to do this, but I feel a deep calling to create devastation and unaliving. I don't think I shall do it, but I can't be certain. So my thing.
So
Page number 7
he
of Robin
has been
Westman's
planning
journal.
this.
Come, there are. I don't know what that means. We're going to continue from that. Definitely shooting 3 that take on more than one head from others. Some stand out more than others due to unaliving count, devastation, or good or bad performance of Pew Pew. I wanted to see if any event that happened on my birthday, June 17th, and was so
This guy
disappointed at
failed
what went
on his
down.
birthday.
This
He didn't
loser,
like it. He was mad.
Brazilian, page number 8 of Robin Westman's journal. I have a deep fascination with
Oh,
one
this
man
guy,
in particular,
he
Adam
loved.
Lonzo. What a effing freak. Haha. Sandy Hook was my first, I think, exposure to school
Does this guy do
I
the
can remember
most?
vividly when
Sandy
I heard
Hook?
about it. I remember sitting on a computer in the computer lounge, I think in 4th grade. She sat just commenting, I'm assuming, doing work on our computer with a little notification popped up on the screen saying 20 children and 6 adults shot and killed in Sandy Hook Elementary in Newtown, Connecticut. I remember not really knowing what it meant. I don't remember my classmates or teachers' reaction.
He wanted
but
to be
that
like
image
Adam
of that little
Lanza.
notification popping up has always stuck with me. For some reason, I can't get it out of my head. It's such a perfect event. I love thinking what it was like.
I don't know why we're
I
giving
love
this guy
thinking
more
about
people to
what it
listen
was like to
to
be
his
in there
rhetoric.
that day.
I really don't.
What it's like.
Because I want people to, because you know why? Because if we don't, like, make people see that there are people out there like him, there are more people out there like him. That's the thing. There are more people out there like him.
Oh, I agree with And I think we can tell the story without letting him get his words out there.
There,
That's
but
what I
that's
have a problem with.
problem. We have to hear his words and understand what's going on mentally. They
What,
didn't
but
tell
there's
us
no
about
way.
the
You
Nashville
can't
shooter.
understand what mentally we
They,
still don't know what
they didn't
is
tell us
going on
about
with
the
him.
Nashville shooter. They hid that. The only reason we know about this guy is because he posted it, and they didn't have a chance to delete it because too many people had access to it. That's the only reason we know that the truth about this guy. Because they literally, people are like, they're like, oh, we don't know what his reasoning was. We don't know. We don't have a why. If only what? We had a manifesto. If only we had an entire YouTube video. If only we have everything. But they're just like the Nashville shooter. They're trying to hide it. They're trying to hide all of that girl's stuff because she also was confused. But they won't tell us anything that she wrote. Just like what Ted Kaczynski, he had a manifesto. If Ted Kaczynski didn't have that manifesto, they would have hidden and made up stuff. That's the thing about the government and the media. They will write the narrative for us and make us believe some sort of crappy story, just like with Brian Koberger. If we don't have the information, they're going to tell us what they want us to hear and lie to us and make us think that there was no they're going to lie to us, and it's not right. There's a manifesto. There's an entire manifesto, and they're still standing there on the news saying, "If we only knew what the motive was."
Well, I think even with the manifesto, people are still perplexed because why go after children?
Because they're easy targets. He
Yeah,
literally said in his manifesto, I don't want to go to a mall or anything like that because I won't be able to enjoy it. I want to enjoy it. He literally says in his manifesto, I want to look in their faces and watch them.
and just like he watched every other shooter out there, anything he could get on, there is some kid right now listening to all this, planning his.
And he still didn't get to do it because even though he knew that church, their doors automatically locked during, even said it in his manifesto, which is so stupid because he still didn't get to go in there. He did it from the outside. It was so dumb. So dumb. And even at the end of the day, people still want to know a why. We do this in every trial that we watch. We watch every trial and we want to know a why. We want to know why.
Well, and I think I agree with the judge with Kohlberger. Even if he told you why would you believe him? He was a liar.
I don't
You
think
can't.
Koberger even knows why he really did it, other than his own sick, disgusting, uh, just desire to do it. I think he
Oh,
just,
I think with the evidence that they have uncovered that he had a girlfriend that looked like the one girl that he stabbed the most in the house. I think that was his target. For the
my
life of
most
me, I can't.
confusing part about him is that the police have said over and over that there was absolutely no connection with him to anyone in that house, but yet
Oh
they're coming
no,
out stuff.
no, no. I agree. I don't think he had a connect. I think he saw her and he stalked her.
Yeah, so it's weird. It's
So
weird.
I think it was totally on looks because she reminded him of a girl that he tried to date when he was in high school and she turned him down. And I think, like Dandy said, he was a whack job and he got fascinated by her and started down a path and just went pure evil.
Yeah, he's a total nut, and obviously a total nut because he's in prison complaining about his circumstances.
Oh, I love that. I mean, it's like, Brian, you're in big boy prison. They don't care if you don't get the food you want. They don't care about anything.
Yeah, and dude, you got your whole life in there. You should have taken the death penalty, which he still would have been in there for his whole life before that even went through. But
Yeah. But he would have been
that's
more isolated because eventually they're gonna have the right to put him out there with the rest of them. And that's when they're gonna get him.
yeah, that's absolutely ridiculous. So
Because I think his days are numbered. I think he has made himself a target because for one thing, he keeps telling on everybody. I mean, come on, even I know you
oh
don't
yeah,
narc in
snitches,
jail.
snitches, snitches. We know what happens to snitches.
Yes. And he just keeps telling stories, man.
Oh my god, it's gonna be
You
great.
know? It's like he thinks I'm gonna go to the bosses and they're gonna tell you guys to be nice to me. No, they're not. They don't care. They want you gone.
It's gonna be
You're a
great.
pimple in their backside.
Yeah,
It just absolutely amazes me of his whining.
yeah. He's a big old baby, but he can't handle. He was not prepared for prison.
Oh no. I think because he had interviewed criminals, I think in his warped little brain, he thought he was going to go in there and like be some kind of a star. Guess what? They don't want no part of you, dude. You know, you're just a wannabe. Yes, you committed these horrendous crimes, but in their books, you're a wannabe. So I don't think that's a situation it's not going to go well for him and nobody has sympathy. I mean, do any of us care? Nope.
Okay. Well, I think we've had a nice long live,
I think we
and
have too, and I appreciate the invitation.
I appreciate you joining at the last minute. Um, and getting on here. Thanks, Dandy. I know this is enough to keep in prison. That's right, Dandy. Thanks for everybody who got on here and hopped on and said hello. Um, the boys they just saw me pull out their Bernie's vest. So I have to say, because they're my partner, Bernie's best, if you guys have pets, dogs in particular, go to Bernie's Best. Neo's already over here eyeballing me. And use Neo 20.
Augie's trying to get off the bed.
Oh, he made it.
Okay.
Bernie's Best. They have hip supplements, omega treats, and mobility treats. They also have charming chompers, which are for their teeth. They're shaped like little toothbrushes. They're amazing. And they make Neo's breath smell better. So believe it or not, they actually work. And I really like them a lot. They're already out of their charming chompers. So go to Bernie's Best, pick up your treats, your charming chompers, everything, because that is where you're going to get your 20% off. And order, because the stuff actually works.
Good.
And yeah, so when you use Bernie's Best, you will have Neo having better breath.
And
He's
hopefully Augie feels better.
he's over here scratching me, and all he does is hips feel better. So
Good.
yeah, he can actually get on the sofa. He can't get on this bed; it's a little too high, but he can get on the sofa up and down. So go over there, use your code Neo20 and get 20% off. So
Awesome, everybody. Y'all heard. Get over there and get you some of that for your beloved little furry babies. They said, Mom, it's time. We want it now.
yeah, so yeah, so here, fine.
Well, until next time, Racy. We'll do this again.
All right, thanks for joining. Have fun.
Thank you, sweetheart.
I'll
You have
see
a good
later.
evening with
Enjoy the
Bigfoot.
rest of your Labor Day. Bye.
Good night. Night, Neo.
Say bye bye.